I literally just said stop eating your water bottles.
Watch you have one of the most shocking mornings trying to do what I do.
The little sadist bit me on the... I yelped and he thought it was hilarious and bit down harder instead of letting go. Hello and welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
This is the Unhelpful Parenting Podcast.
Yeah, I'm back.
Sam.
And yeah, we're ready to laugh. Today we are jumping, well, not straight in. I'm going to make you wait a little bit for the funny things your kids say. And
yeah, we've had some bangers sent in.
Yes, a special shout out to our Facebook community because I think literally 80% of these got sent in through Facebook. And man,
some good ones.
There are some great one-liners, great messed up words. Kids, like, of all ages. Like, you've got toddlers that are learning to talk that say weird things. You've got teenagers that just don't know how hilarious what they're saying is.
But before that...
Yes, but before that, we'll say hello. We'll catch up with our weekly yays or nays. You will obviously throw in one of your dad jokes. And we do have a confessional this week. Last week we skipped the confessional because we had so many sleep deprivation stories to get in there that were all a bit confession-like anyway. So we skipped it. But this week we are back with a few bangers as well. There's one there that I'm like cringing inside waiting for you to see. I'm guessing you haven't read it because...
Is this the one where you're throwing me under the bus?
It's not throwing you under the bus, but you're going to feel the pain when you read it.
Oh, okay.
As a
No,
dad,
I haven't read that one.
As a dads, get ready because...
I saw you putting us in there, which feels more like a me, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, I will. I am. Stay tuned. Midway through this episode, I'll throw Sam under the bus with one of his confessionals.
Anyway, what's your yay, nay?
Okay, so we'll start with our yays and nays though. So my nay, you'll start with my nay. Last week's episode was about sleep deprivation.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
And I feel like our baby has synced up with this podcast.
No, you jinxed it. You just set yourself up for a fail.
And he decided that we were going to get the full immersive experience. Like, not only were we going to remember our old sleep deprivation stories and read out other people's hilarious ones, we were also going to live an experience.
Make your own.
So literally there was not even 24 hours between when we recorded the last one and released it. And in that space, he got really sick and I had to take him to the hospital.
We literally left recording to go get him.
And then once I got him, I was like, you're not in great shape. We are going to the emergency room. And they decided to keep us overnight. So the night before that, he wasn't really himself either. So I was up constantly. And then that night, so I was 48 hours on like, not a lot of, like literally a couple of hours the first night and maybe got half an hour at the hospital. And I was delirious. Like walking out of the hospital, there was part of me that's like, oh, just get in the car, drive home, we'll get home. But as I was walking, I was stumbling and I was like, it's like I'm drunk. I was so tired. And so thankfully we had someone come pick us up and Sam and his mum came and got my car later. But yeah, naying that full immersive experience that I didn't need. I'm still catching up this week later and I'm still tired from it.
I could have done that, nay.
What?
Trying to do the school run with you, all of your stuff stored everywhere.
That's my new yay.
Hang on.
My yay.
Hang on.
I can't believe this wasn't my yay to begin with. So because we hadn't planned, like I thought I would drop into the hospital, they'd just check him out and give us the confirmation that he's okay, like okay to keep at home for the night. We got in and were surprised. They were like, no, he's not okay. He needs to stay tonight. We need to observe him. And that meant completely unplanned. Sam had to do all of school run and kindy run in the morning with me, not prepping anything.
And dinner and bedtime and everything in between.
And
which is fun.
Yeah, you're a great dad. You don't it's not like you're absolutely clueless, but I don't think you've done a school run by yourself before or have any idea how much I do in the pre-run to school.
Or have any idea of where the hell you store stuff.
So
nowhere that makes sense.
It was a little validating for me and a bit of a yay moment to watch you have one of the most shocking mornings trying to do what I do. It was like, I don't
find the lunchbox.
To be fair, I sent you really good instructions. I sent you pages of instructions.
Yeah, and then you kept messaging. It's
library day. This is what library means. This is where you need to find this stuff.
No, you still didn't tell me where to find anything. So I was like, fine, you need to find this. Great. Where the frick is that? I checked literally every cupboard. And it was in the last cupboard I would have ever checked in the kitchen because it made no sense.
But now, in the mornings, should you try and lie in bed until 10 minutes before you have to leave, you can no longer claim ignorance of, I didn't know there was so much to do to get the kids ready for school.
I knew there was lots. I honestly probably could have left half an hour earlier. Still would have been late, yes.
Yeah, on top of all that, I had to call ahead to school for him to be like, the kids are coming late. Don't mark them absent, they're coming. They're just...
Oh, I mean, you're just sitting in a hospital bed doing nothing, right?
Oh, absolutely nothing.
But yeah,
that
was fun.
I'll stop throwing you into the bus now.
Yeah, shut up.
Well, there's more coming later. But.
My nay, yeah, that could be my nay. I was going to be talking about always sick because...
Oh, if you can hear, you can kind of hear it in our voices. Yeah. Another lovely cold.
Just another thing. Whatever. But my win was we went away for the weekend and where we were staying, you could feed the wildlife.
Yes. With all the family. It wasn't just us that went away. The whole family went away.
Well, your family.
Yeah, my side of the family. But I'm saying the kids were there too.
Yes.
We didn't leave the kids behind.
I was going to get to that if you shush up.
You just made it sound like you and me went off for a great little weekend away and it was not that.
Shh. We took the kids. I know, I was about to say we took the kids.
Apologies. So you could feed them. I will let you keep going.
So you could feed the wildlife. Wild birds. So we had king parrots, rosellas, cockatoos, currawongs, all of it. If you don't know what they are, Google
Lots
it.
Of birds.
Pretty birdies. The kids learnt to feed them as well. And the 3-year-old is absolutely petrified. Obviously the 1-year-old, whatever. He just loved seeing birds on everyone.
He thought they were hilarious.
Yeah, he thinks he loves birds.
You'd just walk up with the bird and he'd be like,
but the 5-year-old had one experience where the bird, she was a little bit hesitant and the bird jumped on her arm and jumped and probably landed wrong and did leave. I've still got little scratches, but nothing major, but left a little mark on her and she freaked out and was like, nah, I hate birds ever. That's it, I'm done. And I was like, no, come back. And got a bird and then put it nicely on her arm and she was, and then she was, next minute, she's trying to catch birds left, right and center. So it was just a nice moment to rectify that little.
Yeah.
And now nice I want a pet cockatoo.
Oh, yes. We can just keep going there for weekends.
It's a very long drive for a weekend.
Actually. That was almost one of my nays, except the sleep deprivation topped that out of the, how many more minutes, mummy?
Well, thankfully we had 2 ways. So
we had 2 cars because of all the stuff that you have to take to get out of the house with a kid, with the kids. It was only 3 nights, but we had to take 2 cars. So you didn't even cop half of the... No, I had the car with the kids and Sam had a 2-way radio.
I just kept copping the, have you seen any more cows yet? Have you seen any more cows yet? Are there any more cows?
Even though there were cows 95% of the time looking out the window.
It's fine because it kept me awake too, driving that much after such a long weekend. But yeah, that was fun. It was nice. So now I want a pet bird.
Did you?
But not like a cockatoo or like a cockatiel or a... I want a proper...
Oh, you'd take any kind of bird.
I want a parrot, though. I want a type of parrot. That's not a cockatiel.
I was trying to think of bird jokes the whole weekend and I still have nothing.
That was fun.
Yeah. Did you have a bird-themed dad joke?
No.
Oh, you missed an opportunity. Okay, we can skip on then.
No, I was going to do a shout-out dad joke.
Yes. Shout-out dad joke.
I shout-out dad joke because it came up. I did a bit of Googling some research just to see what the common dad jokes are. And one came up and it reminded me of my childhood. So this one is so every time I got a haircut and I'd go over to my grandparents' house, I'd be like, Granddad, I got a haircut. And he'd be like, which one? And he'd go searching. My actual dad joke is...
I love how you're trying to use this to justify 2 dad jokes in one episode.
Stop interrupting. I'm reading a horror story in Braille. Something bad is going to happen. I can just feel it.
Oh. Okay, that's it for the dad jokes. You squeezed an extra one in there, so we are heading to the confessional. All right, well, I'm starting the confessional with one of ours, and by ours, I mean yours.
She's making this out to be, so I know what it is.
It's not.
And it's like this big thing, but it's not a big thing.
And your stories don't have to be big things to send them in either, because often it's just the little things that are hilarious.
It was a side comment that was taken a lot more seriously by our 5-year-old than we ever meant it.
We lost another water bottle this week, and
was it on holidays?
No. And don't you, after giving me all that crap at the beginning of the episode for interrupting, start trying to interrupt my story.
All right, fine.
She came home from school and she had lost her water bottle. And this is not the first one that she's lost or broken. Usually she breaks them more than by chewing on them.
It's about the 5th this year.
Probably the 5th one this year. And after the last one, Sam was a bit annoyed and like, really, another one? And you gave her such a good what for.
It's because we told her to stop biting it. And clearly she bit it, and yet her 3-year-old brother has the same bottle and it's still in perfect condition.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, and frustrating having to keep buying new water bottles when really they should be lasting longer. But you gave her such a what for and was so stern last time that she came home and Nanny had dropped her home from school. And so she walked in and Nanny was like, just letting you know, Mackenzie couldn't find a water bottle. She's lost another water bottle. And she looked at me and she's like, Mummy, am I still allowed to drink water? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, is Daddy going to let me drink water? I said to her, I was like, oh, yes, of course. I was like, Daddy might be a little upset that you lost another one and we really need to learn to look after our things. But you can still drink water. She's like, I'm really thirsty. So, I think you maybe went too hard last time.
I never once said if you lose it, you cannot drink water.
I know, but the sentiment that she got you, I think you just... It's so hard to find the line between being stern and serious and what goes on in their head. And
I literally just said stop eating your water bottles or you'll stop having water bottles.
In her head.
Stop having water.
In her head, she's lost her water bottle and said she can't drink water anymore.
There are bubblers, there are taps, there are cups.
That was a great one. We also got another one in we did, I think 2 weeks ago, we did a bit of a shout out to single parents and just recognizing that they have a lot more complexity in the parenting juggle than we experience, even though we already feel like we experience a lot of complexity. It's just a different kettle of fish. And I had a parent reach out and say thank you and said, yes, agreeing that co-parenting is not for the faint-hearted. Anytime I'm at the shops lately with my son and he sees something he wants, if I say no, he says, please. Then I tell him we can go home and see how much money he has in his piggy bank, to which I get, Dad would get it for me. Dad buys everything I ask for. Not really a confession, but I added that in there because I don't even know. We can empathize with the kids, please, and can I have it?
But when one parent's...
That's hard.
It's
tough. Hard. Hats off to you single parents, because I'm sure you could probably empathize with that. And a lot worse, I imagine a lot worse happens with kids. And yeah, I saw that story and I was like, oh, mama.
And depends if your husband's in the good books or the bad books as to his motivation behind that.
Or ex, yes.
That's what I meant. Person, partner.
This
Apparently the dude who likes spending.
This next one will make you feel better if you're like a mum that's struggling to co-parent with a dad. You could send him this story once Sam reads it. You haven't read it. I put it down for you to read.
Oh. All right. Is it the biter one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. My kid is a biter. And when I say that, people always feel bad for my wife who breastfed. But no, she doesn't get all the sympathy because the little sadist bit me on the penis. He was almost 2, climbed up on the couch and onto my lap, and on his way up took a big, great bite of my shorts and what was underneath. I yelped and he thought it was hilarious and bit down harder instead of letting go. That was not a pain anyone warned me would come with parenting. Oh, that kid.
How does that make you feel?
I know they say you can't hit your children, but holy dooly, that kid would have a clapping around the back of the head. Holy dooly.
Goodness.
That would be a solid, if anyone knows NCIS, it would be a solid Gibbs.
Oh, I just...
Holy mackerel. No.
To bite down harder too, like... It's just...
No. It's lucky the shorts are there because that would have done some serious damage otherwise.
That's one way to make sure you're the last child on the list. Thanks, Dad. You're done with that now.
Ask for whatever you want. You're not getting it.
Getting the snip doesn't sound so bad now, does it?
Well, it sounds like you nearly got a snip.
Yeah. All right. We've got one more that was sent in. I have to confess to being lazy with toilet training our last kid. The child before her had been difficult and we subconsciously had gotten to a point where we were putting it off because nappies just felt easier. That was until she came up to me and asked me to check her nappy. As I opened it, she let rip the biggest, grossest fart ever right in my face. I can't say whether I was more grossed out or impressed, but either way, she clearly had the control and know how to use the toilet by that stage.
Oh, yeah. Kids just play lazy, 100%.
Oh, well, or parents too. We're probably on that train with our 3-year-old at the moment. He's still...
Oh, I can't be bothered.
We know that nappies, as gross as they are actually easier than...
Having a little boy pee everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, we confess to that confession. We're probably in that boat a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
actually, to be fair, he did fart. I was putting his nappy on for bed the other night and he's like in my face, farted at me. And it was like, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Can confirm I did not write that confessional in, but
he does that all the time.
Yeah.
And on that note, funny things my kids say.
Yes. This was a little bit inspired by a moment I had recently. Actually, I say that as if we haven't done this segment 2 or 3 times before. This is one that is always
just inspired by kids.
Yeah. And what they say. But
it triggered you.
Yes. So I took Mackenzie, our 5-year-old, to watch a play that a local kids...
With her friend.
Yeah, with her friend. We're watching Mary Poppins. It was a production of Mary Poppins. And there's the scene at the end where the parents kiss. And...
So they do that in the movie? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's just little. It's just little. It's not like a big thing. But it was a local production, so the people watching it was mostly parents and kids' school holidays. But they kiss, and from the front row, loud as anything, it's a little kid, ew. Everyone just cacked it laughing. And it's meant to be this really sweet moment. And I felt really bad for the actors on stage because this kid's just like, ew. And everyone's laughing at what's meant to be a serious moment. So timing was great. And all the things. Yeah. The stuff we've got sent in.
Comic timing of kids is fantastic.
They always know exactly what they shouldn't say, but they say it anyway.
Well, then, hop to it. Let's go. What do you got?
When my daughter was 6 and my 4-year-old son did something wrong but didn't get in trouble like she expected, she stormed off into her bedroom yelling, "Just because he's got a penis, he can do no wrong."
Feminist in the making.
Oh, welcome to teenagehood. Like, can you imagine? The
She's
attitude
been watching
and
too
sass.
much Barbie.
The sass. Oh, yeah, maybe.
That just sounds
that's
like...
not to say there's no favoritism there, but...
That's quite
Because he's
funny.
got a penis.
It's actually more just...
The attitude is hilarious.
Yeah.
I can imagine our 5-year-old coming out with that in a year.
Oh, yeah, that's scary.
She's got younger brothers that don't always get in trouble like she thinks they should.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Trying to understand my kid, he was actually talking about how much he loves escalators, but it definitely sounded more like masturbators.
We've got a kid with a great vocabulary like that right now. I think was that last week we played the video. You can go listen to our son try and quack.
He loves quacks.
This one. I'm not doing any jobs at home today. It's been a big week. He's 8. Oh, Mum, I'm so tired.
I didn't realise that was an option. I'm doing it.
No,
I'm done.
there is no option. That's just, from the mind of kids, hey?
Not my kid, but I pulled up to school once to envision my future career as a primary school teacher, and a kid stood up on a table in front of everyone and screamed, "He's trying to steal children."
And I know the person who sent this in and can confirm they never finished their degree in childhood education. They were like, no.
Okay, now I have a feeling of who this is. That's quite funny. Because that person would have
that's hilarious.
nearly shriveled up and died of embarrassment. That's quite funny.
I had a long day and was trying to get my 5-year-old ready for bed. She was stuffing around and I was done. We know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond done. I had asked her to put on her pajamas 3 times and was about to lose it when she looked at me deadpan and said, "Mum, calm your tits." I had to walk out of the room so she didn't see me laughing.
It's a good one. I like that.
Where do they get these things from? Like,
From their parents. Guarantee that's said at home.
calm your tits.
Calm your tits. It's just funnier when a little...
It's just so funny when kids say stuff.
Mum, calm your tits.
Although I feel like coming from the kid, yes, that would make you laugh. If you said that to me though, I feel like calm down always has the opposite effect.
Mate.
I don't even know why you bother trying it. Like,
Because you need to, and it's worth a shot. The morning I dropped the kids off to school before getting the snip, my son told the teachers that my dad is going to get his shooters stopped. So embarrassing.
you don't tell kids stuff that you don't want their teachers to know. Like, if you're going to get the snip and you don't want your teachers to know, don't tell the kids because they're going to tell the school.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell everyone who'll listen because they always repeat the things that you don't want them to repeat.
It's true.
I think when we found out we were pregnant, we were like, all right, the kids are the last people we're telling.
Oh, yeah.
And then Mackenzie ended up telling everyone that she was having 2 babies. I had people coming up to me being like, "Oh my gosh, are you having twins?" And I'm like, no, just 1 baby. She's just getting her head around having 2 brothers. And yeah. Here's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, my son traveling in a car with Nana and Grandad playing I Spy. The 5-year-old had them stumped with the letter T. So Nana and Grandad finally gave in and wanted the answer. Son, testicles. Nana, I can't see those. Son, pulling wide his pants and looking down. I can.
I mean, it's I Spy, not We Spy. Valid.
Great moment for the grandparents.
1 point grandson, 0 points grandparents. Well played. Well played. I have that conversation with the children all the time. Not the testicles bit, the whole you can't play something that I can't see.
Oh, except with our son, it's always I spy something brown.
No,
what is it? No, stick.
No, he changes
dirt,
up
yes. Now. Yeah, between sticks and dirt.
Well, and sometimes he just picks a colour and then you're like, what is it? And he's like, I don't know. And you're like, mate.
To be fair, he's 3. It's pretty impressive that he can even play this game.
He goes, spy my little eye, blue, green. And you go, flower, and you literally go through.
I forgot it's spy my little eye.
Everything. And then you go, I don't know. What is it? And he goes, I don't know. You're like, mate. Anyway. He's funny. I travel a lot for work and my nephew is always keeping track of where I am and show him stuff from my trips. Obviously, he wants to be like me when he grows up, but that led to him telling his teacher at school he wants to be a terrorist. He definitely means tourist.
I want to be a terrorist like my uncle. That's how you get a police check at home.
I mean, both include planes, but, you know, one's illegal and kind of bad. One's
kind of bad.
One's
just a little
one's a bit
bad.
better. Yeah, cool.
Toddler, good boy, mummy. Me, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl. No, your willy has just fallen off. I'll help you find it. There were actually a couple like that. I couldn't put them all in because they were so similar, but there were lots of like little boys thinking that girls were just boys who lost their willy or had their willy chopped off.
I'm going to bite my tongue.
Which, I mean, not bitten off, but...
Yep. Change subject. It's 2024. I'm not going to offend people, so let's keep moving.
Oh, a teenage one.
My teenage stepdaughter once told me she was feeling dyslexic. I mentioned there is no such word. She scoffed and insisted there was. Apparently, she was so lethargic, it made her dyslexic.
So tired you can't spell words, or...
Interesting.
I don't think that's a type of slang. We've already recently talked about slang that we can't keep up with.
No, maybe she's either thinking lethargic or dyslexic, or she's blended both, or I don't know. I don't know. It's teenagers, hormones, who knows?
Oh, kids are great. My daughter told the Jehovah's Witnesses at the door that mum and dad can't be disturbed as they're trying to make her a baby sister.
It just makes me think of Black Books, where there's like, hello, would you like to talk about Jesus? I just picture this little kid like, no, mum and dad are busy trying to make me a baby sister.
It's almost mortifying that the kid knows that. Or I wonder if the parents were just not even doing anything. Like that's just her story that she made up.
Or
she's a very well-informed kid. Last one.
When my daughter was 2, she wanted to... I don't know why I started off like that. When my daughter was 2, she wanted to walk everywhere. In stores, the rule is if you run or grab things off the shelf, you have to hold mummy's hand. Of course, she ran off and had to hold my hand. She began yelling, I don't want to hold your hand. You stink. Ew, you touch poop. Let go of my hand. You have dirty poop hands. We left the store and I was laughing from embarrassment.
Oh, gosh. I think the first time we did this segment, we had the ones where it's like the kids go into the toilet cubicle with the parent and they're like, oh, mummy, you're doing a poo. And it's like, great. You want everyone to know that.
Yeah, it's great. What else are you doing in the toilet? You're not having a lunch, hopefully.
Yep. Dirty poo hands.
Dirty poo hands.
I love that.
It's like, yeah, mate, it's your dirty poo hands.
Literally.
I mean, your dirty poo, not... Anyway. Literally. Yeah, it's quite good.
Thank you, everyone, for sending in your stories. Tell us in the comments what your favourite is, because there's a lot there. And
there's a lot there.
We will probably circle back around to this. If you send us your stories, if you're listening to this and this has triggered it for you, send us your funny things too, because either we'll add it to a confessional or we'll save them up and do another segment like this, because every, I think, 6 to 8-ish episodes we do this, because kids just don't stop.
Kids just say dumb things.
Our kids every few weeks we're like, we're ready for another episode. I know, we have to remember to write them down.
We just don't write them down.
and call out next. The question, I've already got it out on socials.
Oh.
The next one, we're talking white lies. And like, I know as parents, I know for us especially, we're like, we're never going to lie to the kids. Like that's a big thing. And I think a lot of parents in this generation have the same ideals, but actually they don't always work out.
Do they?
I still feel like there's a few that creep their way in there.
Oh, it's definitely white lies.
So send us the white lies that you have
lies.
Used. Or if you are a parent of older kids that have ones you look back on, send those. And bonus points if it's backfired on you.
Or if you've just outright lied and then it's backfired. Even better.
Send us that as well. We've already got some coming in.
And if you haven't, stop lying. And let's be honest.
I pulled the parks closed before. I've always said, I'll never lie. Then the other day I was like, please don't throw another tantrum. The park is closing. We have to go home.
It's always like, why can't we do this? Oh, they're sleeping now. Or like, why can't we go to sea life? The animals are sleeping.
We've done that before. Oh, leaving the zoo. It's like,
that too.
That's the one. Oh no, the animals need to go to bed. We have to go home now. Okay, they need some space to go to bed.
So it is what it is. So let's be real. Let's just share the funny stories.
Help us laugh and come along next week to hear them. If you are
on Spotify, comment below.
Yes, you can comment on Spotify. Who knew? If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe there.
Comment below.
Apple, leave us a review. Share this.
I think you can comment below.
I don't know. Follow us, and we're in all the social media places. Share this with your mum and dad friends, because we get such great feedback about how parents feel like this is helping them not feel alone, helping them have a laugh, see the bright side, especially young parents with young kids, kind of feeling like they're not alone in the trenches when everything feels like it's piling up and overwhelming. And you're not the only one that has those moments. You're not the only one who has the fail moments. So share this. If
you're on Spotify, give us a rate.
Oh, yeah.
Or on Apple, give us a rate.
Just show us.
5 stars.
Just send us some love wherever you are, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.